Alright, this is going to be a review for Antari Z Ice Machine and Froggy's Fog Swamp Juice. Just to give you a little background on this machine. I purchased this a couple years ago from a auction in upstate New York, and I got it for about $100. And it did not work, but just finally got around to sending it back this year. Last year I tried replacing the pump on it. The pump was shot, but the heater was shot too, so I sent it back to Elation Lighting, and they worked on it. So we got big ice chamber right there. It's got I think he said like 4 pounds of ice, pretty decent amount. Right now I've got a bunch of chicken that got freezer burnt in my freezer in there. Yeah, that's kind of weird. And we got Froggy's Fog Swamp Juice, which is just awesome if you've ever had to use it. And we're trying this in my basement so my neighbors don't think my house is on fire. Oh, and there's a F-clamp right here. Holding the lid shut. I gotta get a bolt, so let's give it a whirl. Okay, that was about 10 seconds right there. And look at that. That is nuts. You can't really see how bad this side of the basement is because it's completely enveloped in fog. That's awesome. Like there's a bunch of crap on the floor right there. You can't see it. You can't see what sort of squalor I live in. That is insane. I can't believe I didn't fix this thing sooner. These retail for about $800, so even after spending $350 to fix it and $100 on it, that's more than worth it. I've used Swamp Juice before. If you've never used Froggy's Fog Swamp Juice, this stuff is just awesome. It's nice and dense, and it hangs around forever. We used it in a building last year for a Howl, and we tried it when there were people around just to see how well it worked, and I got yelled at for flooding the building. It was awesome. That was 10 seconds, and look at all that. That is great, and it's hugging the floor pretty good. So definitely, this would be a great addition to any haunt. I just got to paint it up so you don't notice it quite as much. Well, this is definitely going in a cemetery. Alright, this is about 5 minutes later, and it's still hanging in here pretty thick. You can start to see in the other room. It's starting to warm up and like rise up. And I'm in a condo, so you can see the squalor that I live in over there. I'm hoping this ain't seeping into my neighbor's houses. That would suck. Next, we're going to do this. This is the Hurricane Flex 1800 Hurricane Fogger by Chauvet. 1800 watts, puts out like some ridiculous amount of fog. I just got this one back from Chauvet. It needed to be serviced. I got it online fairly cheap, and then had to spend $250 to get it working again. I've bought 4 foggers that were used. One of them worked, and the other one of them was just dead and too bad off to be fixed, and the other 2 cost hundreds of dollars to get working again. So just buy a new fogger. I probably spent $50 to $100 more than I should have for this thing after all the mailing and sending it back. It's got this nice, pretty good sized tank. Turns blue when it's getting ready to when it's all set. The remote on this one is broken, but I've got another remote, so got a manual button back here. So we're gonna do a 10-second burst, and we'll see how bad this screws up my basement. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so I just pushed down the button until it was and I know that it doesn't come out quite as well on the camera as it does in real life, but it's pretty smoky in here. This is of course using Froggy's Fog Swamp Juice, which is very dense, very long lasting. It's good stuff. See, that's a ridiculous amount. Now just imagine if it's cooler out, right up into the thick of it. If it's cooler out and this stuff is just it's actually kind of choking me. it's cooler, and I just get to this point eventually. If it's cooler and it doesn't move around as much, this will just hang forever. It's a good product. This is an awesome fogger, so highly recommend it.